Uh, what's up, people? It's your boy, ThaBlackCobra. Welcome to the party. Marty McGrath, what's up, buddy? I'm glad you're always in. He's always like the first guy to jump in. So today, we are going to talk to a couple of people who are, in my opinion, pioneers in the world of one wheel in our area because they are lovers of the one wheel. We're going to talk about the one wheel today and what it means to the community. We're going to ask a bunch of questions, give you guys an opportunity to talk to them. In this, you guys realize I'm an EUC writer and I come from the world of EUCs, but they are the one wheel professionals as far as I'm concerned, and they have been doing it a lot, and they have given me the opportunity to see how it feels to be on a one wheel just by sharing on their Instagram and on their Facebook pages. They do a lot of sharing. We talk a lot through Telegram. So I'm going to bring them in right now. We have Darren Cole and Amanda Thompson. Let's bring them in. Hey, what's up, guys? All right. All right. Mic check, mic check. Hold on. Let me bring your volume up. There we go. All right. All right. You should be good. You're good to me. I'm bringing your volume up so they can hear you good. All right. Mic check. Marty, Archie, Panda's in the place. What's up, guys? Hey, can you guys hear us fine? Mic check, mic check. Let me change your titles over here that I didn't. Okay. What we'll do is we will take them off for now, and I'll get to them as we talk. So, okay. Mic check, mic check. All good, my man. All right. So, again, like I said, the world of one wheel. So, if you guys are into one wheels, jump in the chat. Tell me how you are feeling about it. I can tell you right now, I jumped on a one wheel twice. The first time I was very wobbly, and the second time, Amanda here gave me an opportunity to ride one of her. Was that your wheel or your backup wheel? I can't remember.
It was either Space Unicorn or Neon Pegasus that you had the honor of riding.
Okay, wait, wait,
Neither,
wait. Back
neither
that
one of them
up.
is primary or backup. That would be insulting.
Oh God. Okay, I'm sorry. Her wheels have titles. What are those names again?
Space Unicorn and Neon Pegasus.
Space Unicorn and Neon Pegasus. Can we get some for that? That's amazing. The fact that she has that. Let me just. Okay. All right. Okay.
Is that not a thing
uh,
that EUC riders do? You don't name your boards or
uh,
wheels?
no, no. Can you see my baby back there? my
You,
my electric
it's
unicycle
your baby.
doesn't have a name. It's just the beast. I don't know. I don't know. So Darren, let me ask you a question. Does your board have a name? Uh oh. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. What's your board's name?
Well, they all have a name. I got Old Life is the first one. And then there's Replay because
Okay.
when I broke my old life, I had to replay. So that's Replay. And then there's Plus One. Plus One's the plus. So actually, yeah, actually no, it goes Old Life, then Plus One, then Replay, then the 90s.
Okay. Okay. So Amanda, I know you can't see the comments unless you have another monitor pulled up, but when I was gonna put your name up, this is the comment that came up. I don't know if you, well, you can't see it unless you have the thing, but it says, "Put her as Pink Unicorn."
Who said that?
Ar- Panda Archie. He said,
Oh, hey Archie. Long time no see.
so Pink Unicorn. Hold on, let me put that up. No.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to say what's up to Amanda. Hello. Good to see you.
Hi, I've missed you so much.
I know it's been crazy, long, way too long, not having a chance to ride together. But wait a second. How do I share this with people? Like, where do
Oh,
people go to get on this? Not to like derail the conversation.
no, not at all. Just all you got to do is go to my Facebook or my YouTube, either one. And if you grab the link from the top, then you can send it to whoever, and they can jump in. As a matter of fact, I might be able to do it on the other screen over here.
Oh,
But
bet.
yeah, and I'll try. I can send it to you maybe. That way you don't have to go look for it. But
Yeah,
I
I
can.
think some people wanted to try to hop on possibly. So
Yeah, definitely.
my bad if I missed that.
That's okay. That's all right. When normally if I schedule these ahead of time, I can schedule one if I'm doing Facebook or just doing YouTube. But when I do them together, it doesn't allow me. If I could do it, but then I wouldn't be able to see the comments, because just so you understand, right now we have comments from Facebook, and if someone jumps onto YouTube, they can put comments as well, and we'll see both sides. I'll see both sides in here, and if you're in the chat room on another device, you guys would be able to see it too. So if you have another device with you that you want to pull up, that would help you. So
I
guys,
didn't see it.
this, in case you guys don't know, if you don't follow these two on Instagram, you don't see these guys posting. This is Cold Crush over here. This is one woman, one wheel. They definitely post up a lot of videos of them riding, and my man Darren Cold Crush has been killing it. I was telling him on the phone previously that if you guys haven't seen his videos, he'll post a video, and then right after the video, there's snapshots from the video, like the some of the best moments in the video, and the way that you edit that and put it together, I was impressed. I definitely want to take a page out of your book. I'm like, man, I got to do that. So I haven't done it yet.
Yo, if you really want to step your game up with the videos, though, I really actually got really hip to the game from watching Amanda's page.
Uh-huh.
That yeah, just the way that Amanda goes about with the storytelling to me has always just been like super dope, because just the idea of wanting to take something that's just a ride and make it something else, whether it's an interview, whether it's a review, whether it's just like a fantasy or a story that she made up. I always felt like the creativity that she brought to the table was just something that made me really take a long time to watch a lot of videos before like wanting to put mine out there.
Okay. So Amanda, you how long you've been riding? Let's back it up a little bit. Let's do this. We'll start with you, Amanda. How long you've been riding, and when you started riding, how many boards have you had?
So it's been almost 4 years since I got my first one wheel. I started on the V1, and then the Plus came out, and I got one of those. And then the XR came out, and I got one of those. And then all my boards kept breaking, so I got a backup XR. So for a while, I had 4 boards.
Oh
Then I
my
sold
God.
the Plus. I gave the V1 to my dad, who does sometimes still ride with me.
Really? That's amazing. That's
One dad's
amazing.
wheel.
I wish I had that kind of support when it comes to people in the family wanting to ride. I'm an island when it comes to that. Nobody wants to
No.
ride anything. Nobody wants to do any of it.
We're your family.
That's it. And I appreciate that. Honestly, that's why I love coming through here, because doing this to me is amazing. Being able to, and honestly, Wheel Life, let's talk. The whole reason I did this series, and I'm continuing this series, is because I love talking electric wheels and technology and this kind of stuff, and being able to talk with others like-minded, no matter where you are. Because I mean, in the UK, we have a lot of people that jump in, and them doing this, or us doing this rather, has been amazing. And I think that it brings us together from all over, and I love that. I truly do. Oh, okay. He's absolutely right. Thank you. Who was that said that? David, I see you in there. What's up, Dave? A buddy of mine, David Wenzel. And so I didn't see the stream on YouTube. Okay, Kevin, I see. Yeah, actually, it didn't go out to both.
But there's a lot of really good filmmakers in the New England area that make videos too, I think. While we're on the topic, I don't know. How do you feel about that, Amanda?
Yeah, I definitely feel that way. I look at other people's content, and I feel like I have to constantly up my game if I want anyone to ever watch anything. I just got a new GoPro today, actually.
No way. What'd you get?
I got the Hero 8, so I've been using the Fusion for a while, and I know you make 360 videos as well, and I do love the overcapture because it means I never miss anything, but it's so much work to process that it's been prohibiting me from actually making content. So, and then the Hero 4 was just so old and such bad quality that I was embarrassed to post anything from it. So I decided to spend my tax refund on a new one.
Okay. All right. Well, I can tell you right now, that's definitely going to up your game. Anything, any kind of technology, any bump in technology can add to your game. I guess I'm a victim of like gear envy. I always want better gear. I see something, I'm like, oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. And I guess it doesn't really matter because the best gear to have is the best gear there is the gear that you have, right? Honestly, we have to keep that clear because there's a couple people I talked to that were like, oh, well, once I get a better camera, I'm gonna do that. I'm like, dude, you got a cell phone?
Yeah,
you can
and the phones, just the stock camera on the phones has gotten so good that like you almost don't need anything else.
Yeah.
And coming back to what Darren was saying a few minutes ago, not just with me, but like with anyone who wants to make something on a phone or any other device, it's all about the storytelling. You got to get the rhythm. You want to capture the energy of the group and people hitting stuff and being stoked. And if you can capture that stoke, it doesn't really matter what device you're using.
Right. Well, I agree with that 100%. I'm gonna throw Archie comment up here on the board. Archie said, "Story is the key. Posting just rides got boring. Like flying drones. If you tell a story, people will keep watching it." True, Archie. True words. And I think that for me is still a key because when I see someone post a video, I automatically think, well, what do they usually do? They usually tell a story. You know what? Now I'll start watching. And if it's the first couple minutes are engaging, it pulls you in. If not, then you're like, okay. I've seen people post videos of their rides, just their ride, no edits, no music, no, just wanted to share. And I'm like, sometimes that's cool if you did something, we were here and whatever. But on a regular basis, it's kind of hard to pull you in if there's no edits to it, there's no feeling to it, there's no story being told. And I agree, Darren,
really
what you
dig
said
that.
huh?
Some people really dig that though.
They do.
Like, I felt that way too. I never posted anything that was uncut. And then a couple times I tried it and got really good responses. So I think the key almost is just to have a variety of different types of content.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. Well,
because I totally love watching long ride videos. Those are like my favorite, but nobody actually, I wouldn't say nobody posts them, but like, you know what I mean? It's really hard to find like a rider that you're into and then to be able to find long ride videos. But I mean, when good ones emerge, like I could watch them, oh man, so many times.
See, I guess we have to remember that content is, and they say content is king, but it's up to the consumer. It's up to who's watching. Some people like you said you like those videos, but I don't like watching those videos where it's just riding. I honestly don't. I have trouble, but that's because I'm like this. I'm like squirrel. I'm that guy who, oh, what? You know what I mean? I'm looking for the next thing. So to me, you have to pull me in. And that's why when I watch Darren's videos and you do things and you're jumping and you do all, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That to me is something. But that's just me. I know that I'm not the end all be all. I'm just my own consumer. So I have to say what I like. And I know there's others that like other things. But before I go too far down the road, Darren, I want to circle back to you. How long you've been riding? How many boards you had?
I started, I think it's like a year and a half, the last week of September 2018. And then I have 5 boards.
5 boards?
You've outdone me, Darren. I didn't know you had that many.
Well, maybe I don't. Maybe I just have like 4. I don't know. The pint I gave to Kate, so.
Okay. So
yeah. So 4 maybe, but I guess they're not even all up right now. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, they don't have to be up.
I've
they don't have to be
5
up
since I started.
And of course, and what you got some bling going on there, Darren? What?
Just the fun, for the call,
Okay.
Here with I'm here with Amanda. Come on.
Okay, it says it's multi-streaming with Restream, but it is not. Um, I don't know. I don't know why it is not giving me the YouTube. So everybody here is on Facebook, and it seems that it's not recasting to YouTube like it's supposed to. So whatever's going on, I'll have to repost it later. So right now, Facebook is what's up. But yeah, so I was thinking of getting one board. It's just my problem is, again, the difference between the EUC and the board. When you grab a one wheel and ride, now riding around the parking lot that day was fun, and I felt like a lot of wobble and balance. However, I didn't. Well, let me start by saying this: have either one of you ridden in EUC?
I tried.
Yeah, I not very. I always spin in circles.
So you're not riding. You
I
haven't
get both
ridden.
feet up.
You haven't ridden it then. Okay, I see. Hold on, I didn't want to back up, and I know. Listen, I'm sorry if my focus goes all over the place, because like I said, I am that guy who's squirrel, and I was sidetracked. But I wanted to pull this up because Kevin said something. He said, "Yeah, I need to learn from you pro videographers." Good call on that Hero 8. That's for you, Amanda. I was looking at that since the Fusion has been a disappointment.
Yeah, Kevin's my buddy. We're always back and forth on Facebook Messenger. Like, they changed something again. I can't get to my videos. I don't know how to process anything anymore.
Okay. So let's see. Let me scroll down and make sure we're not missing. Okay. So James says long ride videos are good when they encompass the whole scenery with it. Okay. I give them a little bit on that, because when you're riding, if all I see is the road in front of you, I'm again not pulled in. When I see that you're riding in this beautiful, area that has all this scenery, I'm like, wow, I want to be there, and that does it for me, So I get that, but everybody doesn't do that.
I feel like it's the stakes. It's the stakes. It's the stakes.
What do you mean?
I feel like I don't know. Like, I remember you posted that long ride video when you were trying to beat the train. When you boycotted the train, Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain, like, when someone like is doing something particular in the long ride, like, then I think that's what makes the long ride great, right? Like, if someone's like, oh, I'm trying to like get here on this amount of time, it like adds to it, But like, yeah, I agree. If it's just like, oh, I'm just riding around and there's no like purpose. But I think like even just throwing something in the caption that's like, I'm trying to do this, or there's this objective, then essentially the person is going on this adventure and you like want to know where they're going to go next.
Right.
If it's like filmed pretty decent. So I think sometimes the long ones, it's like, there's got to be, they're trying to get to work, or they're trying to,
Right.
so then you get to see the world, and like, you're going on that little trip with the person, and the better if they can shred hard.
Yeah, for sure. I want to do that up and down the East Coast Greenway at some point, but I feel like I'm going to need some battery mods or something, because the one wheel gets a fraction of the range of the EUC. Either that, or I'm going to have to ride an EUC.
Yeah. Well, listen, you can always ride an EUC. Come on over. You can do both. I'm still thinking of getting a wheel. That's another reason why I invited you two both here, because I feel like there's a separation in our worlds. The world of personal electric vehicles is full of different vehicles, and to me, there's room for us all, and to me, we're all related. So when I see you guys riding, I wish you guys were faster so we could go faster. But then I rode with, and he's not here yet, but I saw what's his name? I can't think of the guy's name. He was really thin. He was riding a one wheel with us, and I went to meet Adam, and we were riding through the woods, and then we're riding on the street, and then really small, thin dude, and he's like a little crazy because he was flying. I had never seen a one wheel go that fast, and I know he pushed it past its marketed limit because he was
he wearing shiny gold?
No, he was not.
I'm
And
still guessing it was Jeff.
I don't know
me
his name,
too.
and I'm hoping that Adam jumps in here because if James says it was Jeff.
Sounds like Jeff. Or
But
I guess it could be Jesse.
he was whoever this dude was whizzing, and I'm moving, and I had the Tesla at the time before this wheel, and so I could only go so fast, and then it would buck a little bit. So I was like, I'm speeding up, and I'm like, he's still near me, like, I'm like, but he was like this big, you know what I mean, and he was whoa flying, and then he hit a pothole. His board dipped, hit the ground, and he was able to squirrel it back up and get it together and saved himself. Oh my God. I don't know how he did. I was like, I wish I got that on film. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing. I honestly, I tell you, I hadn't seen anything like that. I was like, and he was like, he stopped, he got off the board, he's like, yes! Like, I couldn't believe it.
Darren, how bad does the bottom of your stomach drop out when the front of your board starts scraping and you're like, am I going to ride this out or am I about to eat it? And you just don't know.
Yeah, I just get sad because then I'm like, oh, I like want to go faster and I need to chill out. But yeah, if they definitely caught that nosedive, it's definitely Jeff.
Yeah, it's crazy. He couldn't even believe he did it. So Jesse says, "What's up, everybody? I have a battery of Darren's. much love and love the flag behind you, Amanda."
Oh yeah, this is our official OneWheel Boston logo.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a OneWheel under that horse.
Yeah, it's Paul Revere riding the Boston Marathon Unicorn, riding a OneWheel while drinking Dunkies.
Okay. Yes, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and actually, I have to give some credit to one of our EUC friends, Tyler, for taking it from this simple concept to our beautiful finished logo that we are going to get on some swag at some point soon.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's important. Speaking of swag, yeah, I got a shirt right here, but that's me for my channel. But I also made a sticker for Wheel Life, and I was saying that on the sticker it just says Wheel Life, and it has an EUC rider leaning forward and riding. I can easily change that to a OneWheel underneath, you know, just for for ordering purposes. But I'm gonna try and do that too because I want to include everybody. Honestly, I haven't ridden a skateboard yet either, and I want to do that too at some point. But of course, I want the off-road skateboard so that I can still go off-road. It's the reason why I haven't ridden one yet. But electric wheels are a new passion. I've only been riding for a year, and I'm definitely hooked. I'm a gadget guy all around, as you can see. Gadgets and gear are my thing, but electric vehicles, amazing. Let me ask you guys a question. Amanda, you said you have a pint or you don't?
No, Darren has a pint.
Okay, so do you, Amanda, feel like the pint is worth it?
I think the pint is, it's definitely a good entry-level product. If it would have been available 4 years ago when I was searching, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. One of the big things that stopped me and made me really think for a long time before I made my purchase was there was no entry-level model. It was $1,500 for the V1, and I wasn't making very good money at the time, so I really had to think about it, and there was nowhere you could try it back then. You just had to take that gamble.
Yeah, well, I was looking at them, and it's like half the price.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I didn't realize it was that much cheaper. And the only difference, the real big difference, well, there's a lot of differences, but the biggest difference is the price and the range, because the speed is only 3 mph difference.
That is a big difference, though.
Yeah, well, I know, but
because the V1 went the same speed, and now when I get on the V1, it's kind of scary because I expect it to go 20 and it doesn't.
But if you give me 10 miles per hour, okay, maybe. But 3 miles per hour, I'm like,
Yeah.
And twice the price. I know it's a much better board, and yes, but it's hard. Like, I'm looking at the pint going, that's something I could just jump in. But I'm like, do I really want to jump in on a pint though? I'm too big. I weigh too much.
I would recommend the XR because you're going to get so disappointed with the pint. You're going to run out of range before you've even barely got your feet wet.
I knew it. Darren, did you? I don't know if you're on another device or not. Did you see in the comments the one he said that he had your battery and stuff, but then hold on, let me scroll back because he said, "Who doesn't have a battery or a camera of Darren's?" Darren, you spread the love.
Yeah, with people that are, of course. I mean, the OneWheel community has definitely changed my life. And I mean, Amanda was my first ever, the group ride, her, James, Theo, so my life has kind of been on like a whole new course since then. So all I can do is just try to give back in any way. Cause I mean, people are always, I think, I'm sure it's like universal, right? I don't know. It seems that way. Like whenever I even see other people posting online, they're constantly gift giving and people are excited that someone else helped them get to what they have. So it doesn't really, it wouldn't make sense to not give back if I have some like extra of anything. Of course, I want people out riding too, because they help me stay up and riding.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you share so much, because being able to do that, they said it right away. This is not something that I'm saying. I'm going by, your friends and other people in the community. They realize that you're a giver and you're sharing. And honestly, when we're like that, it makes it easier for us as a community to continue to grow. And it looks better on us. I have met some people who are not so nice. Honestly, 95% of the people that I have seen on EUCs and boards have been nice. But there's a small percentage of people that were kind of rude and turned me off. And when I meet people who are like that, snobbish towards one vehicle or the other, and they're really rude about it, and it's kind of frustrating, and I really don't want to promote that. I want to continue us to be together. I'm the same way. I got a big heart and I'm a giver, and I want everybody. I just want us all to get along. Can't we all just get along?
Yeah, and it's all about going out and having the most fun possible, which is one reason I love riding with Darren, because he brings so much positive energy to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
He's like my favorite person ever to go on rides with. But, it doesn't matter at the end of the day what device you're riding, as long as you bring that spirit.
Yep.
And different devices are good for different things. I like riding with EUC riders because they can go off-road, and I prefer to ride off-road. So that's a great place that we can share. But if you want to go really fast on the street, then you want to be with the boosted guys. Or EUC is good on the street too. But like, point being, every device is good for something, and there's a lot of things that you can share with people. So just bring that spirit and enjoy what you can enjoy with people.
Well said.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's always, I think that's the biggest thing I'm missing right now is like, I want to get back with, all of my friends and be out there riding and just having a great time. And it seems weird, like I was even just thinking about the marathon, like last year, that was like such a huge like milestone. I felt for like just getting started, like riding 20 miles one day and, and then now I was like, oh, so excited. And, it's just like one another, every day we're all thinking about that. Like, how can we all get together and just be, stoked on what each other are doing?
Yeah. And I appreciate that again. And I would like everybody to come on here. Honestly, I would, because that's just how I feel. I would like us all to continue these conversations. But I honestly tried to focus initially on those people that I feel are positive, and those people that have the energy that I want to share, you know what I mean? And, even though we only rode together that one day, it was instant. I was like, yep, they're just like me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? It's when you're able to link up with people just like that over something that we have the same passion about, it's magical. So I just wanted to make sure that, everybody that I invite has that same energy, but I will continue to do that and try and get people to come on here because I think it promotes it. Your friends will come on here, then their friends will come on here, and then we just continue the conversation because I feel like I'm on an island over here. There's not a whole lot of people that ride over here. When I ride through the city and somebody sees me, or even when I talk to somebody about it, they go, "Oh, that was you. I saw you." Because there's only like 4 of us in the city. Oh, wait, there's maybe 5 that ride. And, it's kind of hard when you have no one to talk to about it. So I know you guys are all out there. I'm reaching out. And this is my way of doing that. So I thank you guys again for coming. So I want to say, well, Darren, that's what I wanted to do. I didn't know you were gone. Darren has made a move because I keep seeing all your stuff and I'm like, I'm not looking exactly like where it's from, but Darren has made a move. If you want to go into that and explain to some people, I know all your close friends know, but if you want to explain what's going on with you and where you're at.
Well, nothing. We just had, an eye on the same thing everyone else has, and my family. I think most people know I'm from the Midwest, so and so is my wife. So Kate and I are just here with I'm here with my in-laws, and we're in Nebraska, so it's great. But yeah, we just needed to be if something pretty much what we imagined would happen. So we needed to make sure that we could have access to our family. At this time, I don't want to be making decisions about things that's going on with them from afar. So it made sense to be closer to home where everybody is. But, it sucks not being in Boston with my extended family. But, that's what it is right now. So I'm here just basically just riding alone. Hanging out, working, nice. Teaching from school, teaching from the internet.
And that's cool that you're able to do that because not everybody has that option. Like we were saying, some people would kill to be able to do what you're doing and to be able to pick up and just go anywhere. And when I say some people, I mean me, because I too would like to be able to just go. Because I love to travel, so I would love to just go and be able to just, hey, I'm gonna bounce, but it doesn't work that way. And I'm trying to send you guys the link so you guys can send it out to, because multitasking kind of sucks with me. But so on Telegram I send it to you. So yeah, also those of you who are watching, if you haven't linked up with anybody yet, Telegram is where everybody communicates for the most part, and there's everybody there. I mean, there's the EUC groups, there's several, the OneWheel groups, there's several, the skateboard groups, there's several. So if you are looking to connect with somebody and you want to get into this, there's always Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all of that, and I will link all of their information down below when I package up and post this video to YouTube, but you can see it here also on Facebook. But reach out if you guys are interested. Telling you, just look at these two because they have done some great things and shared some great things. And I know sometimes when I'm upset and I'm not having the greatest day, and you pull up a video that somebody puts up when it's got good music in the background and it's got the nice, and then it's slow-mo, and then it's speed, and then I'm like, that's what I want right there. So I appreciate when people, yeah, what do they say on the news that every day they have today's moment of Zen, and they have like some stream of water with some nice music playing.
Is that a real thing they're doing now?
It is a real thing on the news, that the moment of Zen. Mickey EVX, what's up, brother?
I want to ask Amanda a question. Is that
go for it? Hold on one second. Mickey Amanda says OneWheel versus right. EUC race. Come on, Mickey. Come on.
That's unfair. The specs are definitely.
Come on, Mickey. Favor. You know that's not right. Go ahead. What's your question?
On sand. No, I was gonna say, yeah. So, what are you thinking about the season this year? With all of this going on, like, are you? I mean, I'm sure you're bummed, but like, what, like, yeah, what are you like changing up what you're looking forward to like doing, or like, what, like in terms of maybe events or just you know, places you might go ride?
Um, yeah, I'm kind of just taking it day by day at this point. James has been planning a lot of the group stuff too, and I know he and I have been chatting about trying to get some more like demo days, like the one where the three of us all got to hang out, because we had a lot of new riders at that, and we definitely want to give people a chance to connect with each other and to get comfortable on different types of terrain and sort of a low-key environment without saying, hey, like, let's all go ride Harold Parker, which is like super technical. Like, we can't take a newbie there. So I really want to be able to get to some of that stuff this summer, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So I'm kind of just like, I'm going back to the basics of just riding with myself, which is how it was for the first couple of years. I never met another one wheel rider for like at least a year.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's tough. It is tough to only have yourself to ride with. Trust me, I know. But Mickey, let's stay positive, brother. He said the race, one wheel versus the UC. Then he said an M10. He's gonna race an M10. That's the little tiny one, and he said that would be closer. Now,
what's the advertised top speed?
yeah, the M10-3. What's the top speed, Mickey? I know you're just teasing. He's just teasing. Let me put that up.
I want to know what it is.
What's the top speed of the M10-3, Mickey? I think it's like, it's definitely still faster. It's like, I don't know, 25 maybe. I don't know. It's a little zippy wheel.
Well, I volunteer Jeff as tribute.
Okay, Jesse says, what's the cheapest one wheel and how long does the battery last? The cheapest one wheel is the Pint, and the battery, what was the range again? I think it was
They say it's 5 to 7, but a lot of people are saying that they undersold the range and they're getting a lot farther than that.
well, 6 to 8. 6 to 8 is the
to
range advertised.
Okay.
And but a guy like me, I automatically thought, okay, I'm gonna get 5 miles out of it. That's it. Oh, Mickey says 25 miles per hour is the speed limit for the M10-3.
Okay.
So you is that challenge accepted? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, my max speed is like 22.8. Again, I volunteer Jeff.
Listen, Jeff will race you, Mickey. Yo, listen, Jeff will race you. I know he will.
I'm committing him.
Somebody somebody hit Jeff up. Somebody hit Jeff up and get Jeff on here. And repost it, because actually today I didn't repost anything. I came in, I had a crazy day at work, and I came in like literally 15 minutes before we started, so I wasn't able to do a lot of things that I normally do. But if anybody wants to put that out, go get Jeff on the line. See if Jeff can jump in the chat. Send him the link to my Facebook.
Do people actually race the EUCs?
Oh yeah. Not, I mean, they're not. It's not an official race or anything, but oh yeah, go to EVX's channel and see he's got a race thing posted up there, and I forgot who else. Go. What's you waving?
You guys don't have an official race or an official event. We got a bunch of those.
I know.
We need to have one that's like all of the electric vehicles.
Yes, I agree. Let's make it happen. Okay, you heard it here. This is the launch of it right here.
Summer 2021.
I mean, I know they have an event. You know, they do. What's the event in New York that they just had with Phil Apache? They had an electric event where they had all vehicles there. I don't think they did like different races for different vehicles, but David says, ever seen? Oh, okay. They're being funny. Yes, they race. We had the first ever EUC drag race last fall. Yep. And you put it on your channel, right? EVX. I know I saw it on there. And of course there was a crash. I forgot who crashed. Because it obviously whenever you're going to do that, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to crash. The Broadway bomb. Okay, there's the Broadway bomb too, where they start and just zip down. There is a couple races, but not as many. I think you guys have a lot more stuff set up. They're talking about Archie. They said Archie's a madman. So yeah, it is. He is, right.
Yeah, he is.
With all his gear. I mean, you guys see Panda coming. He's got the Panda and the whole lights and the first time I rode a Panda and he turned that gear on, he blinded me. I was very, very shocked. But Panda's ridden all kinds of stuff. Panda, if you're still there, have you ridden a OneWheel though? He was an e-skate guy, and then he went to EUCs, but I haven't seen him riding a OneWheel. They're being okay. I'm not gonna put that up on the screen. Panda's not here. I don't think. I think he left. He said he's tried to kill me a few times. So anyway, back to the OneWheel. If I was to push it and go ahead and grab one, definitely an XR. Do either one of you have fangs on yours?
No, sir.
No fangs, Darren? The little tiny wheels that go on the front lip? I saw those today for the first time, and they're so small. I was like, if I got a OneWheel, I think I'd have one of those. Because if it dips, it can roll a little bit to give you a little more chance of coming out of it. I don't know if that's I see you, David. Take care. I don't know if that's feasible. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I just saw it today and I thought it was a great idea. Also, did either one of you have a battery mod? That big battery mod on it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no, we don't.
No?
I used to have a charge and ride. I bricked it and my board. Or no, I bricked the board. The charge and ride survived, but I bricked the board at last year's Boston Marathon. So we tried to ride the course the night before and it rained.
It was like flaming, wasn't it?
No,
Oh,
was somebody else's charge and ride caught on fire in their house.
Oh man, that's dangerous.
Yeah, no, the board just shut off and wouldn't come back on.
Oh man, Kevin says he has fangs on his.
Nice.
So Kevin,
Okay,
do you like them?
Here's the thing about fangs, because this has been a long-ranging debate for a long time in the one-wheel community. Those of us who don't believe in fangs, I think one of the main objections is that they can give you like a false sense of confidence that you can ride out anything. And while yes, they can help in certain circumstances, for example, on smooth pavement, maybe not so much on like gravel or rocky trails, you're better off learning to like how your body needs to respond in that situation and what the board should feel like and how to recover it, rather than believing that the fangs will save you. Again, not saying that they can't help, but it's really important to get that muscle memory and know how to respond in a crisis.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you really taken a really bad fall, Amanda?
Yeah, I have taken a couple of really bad falls.
What's the worst injury you've suffered?
I think I have two worst injuries. My first worst injury was the first weekend that I owned the V1. And there's a couple different riding modes. I'm not sure if the EUCs have that, but they kind of like, it's like digital shapings. They just respond a little bit differently.
Okay.
And I put it on the one that everyone said, don't put it on this mode. It's bad news. And I was like, well, what does it feel like? I just want to know. So I did. And I ate it and got road rash just this entire side of my body. I mean, like even my face, not a lot of my face, but a little. You can still sort of see it, maybe not in this lighting, but you can still see it. It's been almost 4 years and I still have this little freckly spot on my shoulder from the road rash.
It's a badge of honor. Badge of honor.
Yeah.
So
Darren, that was my first worst. And then my second worst
Go ahead.
Was the day that I got my Burris tire, which is a treaded tire. It was my first aftermarket tire, and I was so enthusiastic. And it was starting to get a little dusky on the trails, and I hit a rock or a root or something that just was like in shadow. I didn't notice it at all and just launched. And I hit my knee so badly. I didn't break anything. It was just bruised. Like there was no actual bone stuff, but every time I stood up, I would get like lightheaded and have to sit back down. And I did this like 4 times before finally my boyfriend had to carry me out of the woods.
Oh no.
Like over his shoulder. Fireman.
Okay. All right, that's hers. How about you, Darren?
Yeah.
How do you even pick?
How many times you fall, and what's your worst falls?
What? Okay, I fall like every time I go out to ride.
I mean real falls, Darren. Though you fall because you're doing crazy stuff and you're trying stuff, and then you'll trip up and roll out and jump back on it. That's not really a fall, a crash. That's like that's a fall for
not a
fun.
crash.
You know,
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
crash.
Oh, okay.
When was
You said
the last
fall.
time you paid a blood sacrifice to the Minuteman Trail? That's the real question.
Yeah, that was my birthday. Definitely lost it. Yeah, I think I missed like 4 months last year because of injury, or like because of being hurt from crashing. I crashed, yeah, like a month or two. Like the third time I tried to ride my board to work, I just went super fast up a hill, and then I launched. I don't know if you know that bridge that goes the red lines on it. That bridge, I like slid. I don't know if you know it's possible, but you can actually slide uphill if you get enough speed going up that hill. So I like slid up that hill, and then that put me down for a little bit. And then the one on the Minuteman on my birthday, I basically went to the Midwest and rode a lot of trails and like got overconfident and then came back. I think it was Minuteman was my birthday, and I was first day back in Boston this past summer. And then I tried to chase was it Tim?
Oh.
Maybe, yeah.
So trying to chase someone is not a good idea.
That's how I got my road rash too. Never tried to chase anybody.
Yeah. He went by me, and I was like, oh, I want to go even faster. And then lights out. Just like, that's like, yeah, ear nose death. That lasted. I'm still healing from that. So yeah, because that was like in July. So yeah, definitely still healing from that. And then going to Adam, shout out to Magic Robots. I went to his house, Float Life Fest weekend, and then I nosedive going up a hill because I took my eyes. I was trying to figure out what address his house was at, and when I looked to my right to look at the address, I just hit a hole or something. I don't know. And then I landed heel first going up the hill, and then I couldn't walk. I actually couldn't walk. I had to use like a cane and stuff. So I missed like a month of that. Yeah, I missed like 4 months just to like. And then there's always like pulled muscles and all sorts of stuff. I seem to pull my muscle a lot when I bail. Like I'll pull a muscle in my leg when I bail a lot. Like overextend something.
I could see that.
You gotta tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah.
Tuck and roll, baby. Tuck and roll.
I'm not even joking. I learned how to stunt roll, and that saved me from so many injuries.
No, I believe you.
Yeah.
But I can swear Darren does a lot of that. Do you not?
No.
Yes.
I'm getting better at it. I feel like the last month the falls have been getting a lot better, but it's mainly like Amanda said, just being more confident and like tucking and rolling and like figuring out like how to land. But I'm taking it with stride. I'm still kind of new, so yeah, falling, learning how to fall is a good thing. You got to learn how to do it if you want to try stuff.
Well, in the comments we have Kevin says, first James says, I recovered from nosedives a good number of times already. Yeah, nosedives. When you even say nosedives, although I've never been on a one wheel and suffered a nosedive, it just seems like when we get a cutout on a EUC is like your heart stops and it's just, oh my God. So I'm assuming it's the same type of thing. And then further in the comments, we got several people saying about theirs. Here we go. Kevin, I was asking about how bad, and Kevin said he took a bad fall requiring surgery with a plate and screws. I'll take any help I can get. I'm realistic about it. Ow. I can tell you right now, I'm in pain just thinking about it. For those that have watched, I did a video not too long ago because one of the guys that does ride here, Anthony, he fell really bad with no gear on at all. And he's getting reconstructive surgery to his upper palate. He lost all his front teeth. He's broke bones in his face. It was bad.
I I noticed that a lot of the EUC riders wear the full face helmet.
Yep.
Is that because it's more of a risk that you're going to hit your face or your jaw?
Because we're going a lot faster. When you're going 35 miles an hour, you fall. The chances of you hitting your head are really good, and the chances of you really injuring yourself are really good. So wearing that full face is, I mean, once you get past 30 miles an hour, if you don't have a full face helmet on, it's dangerous. It just,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's
Like
and I have
I'm wondering if
I have a list of them. One,
if I'm
two,
wondering
three,
if the
four.
the forward direction puts your face more at risk because the one wheel, I know
Oh
our
no.
top injury tends to be the collarbone,
Mm,
and that's you're leading with that shoulder.
yeah.
So if you land and you don't do that tuck and roll, then you're just like bashing in on that
Wow.
shoulder and crumpling the collarbone. So that's our top injury.
Well, honestly, I would say, and I can't speak for everybody, but the people that I see, I'm big on knee pads because it seems like when the one wheel goes out, you always hit your knees, and it's boom, boom, boom. So you always hit your knees. Then your hands are out, so your hands go sliding. So those wrist guards are incredibly important. And then if you're going fast enough, then you're worrying about whether you hit your head. 90% of wheel riders don't hit their head, but most easy riders slam their cheeks on the pavement, but we rarely break collarbones. That's true, Mickey. There's not a lot of collarbone breaks in that. You're probably right about that when it comes to the position that you guys are riding in, why your collarbones get hit. But we tend to go forward. So you go forward, and there's your hands, there's your wrists, there's your knees, he says cheek, something in the face. So all of it at once. And you're trying to tuck and roll, but I can tell you for me, I had on the chest plate. I had on, the whole motocross top and a helmet.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I had a motocross top, the helmet on and everything. So when I fell, I slid. All I did was slid forward. I had the wrist guards, so I slid on the wrist guards. My chest hit a little bit, and then my knees slid. So if I had my knee, and that was one day I left my knee pads. So if I had my knee pads, nothing would have hurt. I would have been able to slide, get up, brush myself off, and keep moving. But I left some skin on the road because I left my knee pads. And it shredded right through my jeans. It was bad. It was bad. So I will never ride without some sort of knee protection.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. The rest of it was just, okay, I got a scrape here. It's all on the gear. I ride, and I guess on that point, the point of gear, what do you guys feel about gear? Because a lot of people ride without gear.
Ooh, nope. I always ride with a helmet, and wrist guards are my second. And then if I know I'm going on an unfamiliar trail or a trail that I know to be technical, or I'm going on a pump track where I know I'm going to be pushing a little bit, then I'll do elbow guards and knee guards too.
Okay. What about you, Darren?
Yeah, I just keep getting more layered as as time goes on. I'm relatively, I guess, newly hard-headed, maybe, or I don't know. Yeah, so I've always had a helmet like since day one, but I definitely haven't had all the other stuff until lately. But it's just because, like I said, I fall pretty often, and I really like it. I guess that's the other thing is I really like riding, so I'm just like, maybe it'll let me ride for another day.
I thought you were saying you really like falling. I'm like, what? Wait, hold on. Then you clarified.
He does it a lot.
Then you clarified it.
Yeah.
I was like, what is he talking about?
But it's always but anytime I do, I get caught slipping a lot. Like if I try to even just push around, even in the driveway, and I don't have my helmet on, a lot of times I do just slip out because I'll be doing something silly and I'll fall. So I think it's good to wear, as much as you can or whatever you feel comfortable with. I do agree. I understand it's hard for some people because they're not, maybe feel like they need it if they're ripping trails or something like that. But I don't know. I make a lot of mistakes. So, and I also don't trust the board. I know a lot of people trust the board, but I don't trust the board at all. I feel like I just started getting more trustworthy of the board. But when I first got it, I just inherently thought it would always just shut off and that I would be really close to death really soon, but it doesn't do that. So
I mean, that's it can go wrong. You can hit a puddle and get water damage that you don't know about, and then weeks later, you think everything's fine, and bam. So it's good to have a helmet on at minimum at all times because you just never know. I mean, it's an electronic. Any electronic can fail at any time.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think that's the best point. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree. You got to, and it's best to just get a bunch of helmets. I have a bunch. I feel like the more gear I get, I don't know. You all have said it. If you like your gear, you're gonna wear it. So I think like the more like that I get into it, that I'm like, oh, perfect. This is the right thing for me in this moment to have this on. So. And then the helmets definitely help because different days, if it's like hot out or cold out, you're gonna want like the right helmet.
Yeah. Gotta have a helmet and a winter helmet.
Yeah, so true. I mean, that's why I did the video on safety gear because people talk about it, but then I still go out and see people riding without it. I'm like, come on, man. I said, and look, I know I'm not your dad, but wow, like to see somebody riding at 30 miles an hour or even 20 miles an hour and no gear on, I'm like, not nowadays, man. There's been too many people hurt. And then also, I see people like that, and then I see the look that other people give them. And they're like, look at this crazy person. What if they fall? How are they going to, you know what I mean? You automatically think that. You could fall. The board could fail. I mean, these guys are in the comments are saying the same thing. But of course, EVX, he says, I completely trust my EUC. Okay, Mickey, good for you. I mean, I trust it. I trust it more than I trust a OneWheel because I don't ride a OneWheel. But I get flashbacks to the falls. And every time I ride, every time I lean in, I think about it. You know what I mean? And when I ride, I love to go side to side. And, everybody loves to carve. So I'm riding and zipping. I'm like, woohoo. And I'm thinking, if it does shut off, this going to hurt. And every now and then I'll take a corner and I'm like, okay, that's good. I'll go over a hill. Okay, we're good. But I do think about the fact that I fell really hard. So I keep buying gear. Somebody in the comments said the same thing. The armored gear. I love the armored gear. I put on an armored jacket, and it's a light jacket, but it's got all the armor in it. And I got armored pants now, and my helmet. And I'll wear that and throw that on. If it's super hot out, then, I don't want to put that on, So you got to find some other gear. So I got elbow pads and knee pads if I just want to wear those, So there's different stuff. But, yeah, you got to love your gear.
I have an EUC question. Actually, I have a couple of EUC questions. Can I throw a couple at you?
Of course.
So on the OneWheel, sometimes you'll be riding towards people and they seem like they don't think that you're in control. They don't understand what's happening. Most people will just kind of like go this way or go that way and they'll get out of your way and you can go past them and both be on your merry way. But some people, it's like they want to do the dance with you and they're like, I can't tell what they're going to do. I don't think they can stop. Do people look at EUCs like that? Like they fear them because they don't understand it?
Yes. Matter of fact, I have a perfect story for that. I was riding the other day, and I was riding not right around the corner from my house, and I'm zipping, and I'm passing a park, and I'm looking at the park thinking, I should go in there and go through the woods because I love off-roading. But I'm going down the road, and like I said, I'm going, I'm in the bike lane portion of the road, but I'm side to side. That's the fun, the carving. I had a lady come up next to me. She rolled down her window and she's like, ride in a straight line. And I'm like,
okay, Karen.
Right. I'm like, first of all, I like how people who have never ridden one of these they want to tell me how I should ride it. And I don't understand that. Like she was so angry. If she had something to throw, she probably would have threw it at me. And what
made throw stuff at me all the time.
What I couldn't understand is I'm like, I'm not in your way. I was never in the lane. Yeah. I was just on the side of the lane and I was side to side zipping and I was feeling it. You know how when you feel the groove and you start carving and it feels like you're connected to your whatever you're riding. And I felt me and that wheel were just doing it. And then when she said, she leaned out the window, ride in a straight line. And I'm like, okay, lady, have a good day.
I used to literally carry a water bottle with me on my commute. And when people did that, I'd take the cap off and throw water in their window.
Oh,
Like, I'm lucky no one shot me.
yeah, we don't want you to get shot. Okay, EVX said he's doing a safety video too. That's good, man. We all should talk about it. Wait, hold on. Let me put this up here. What is he saying? No offense, but most EUC riders feel way more in control, and we are, than one wheel riders. One wheel is dope, but too much uncertainty. Now, I think it's a matter of opinion, because honestly, just like people, that's why when you ask me that question, it's perfect, because you get that from other people, and so do we. And I guess this comment that I got recently was like the worst that I've ever experienced. But I've had people say to me, how are you doing that? That's too dangerous. You're gonna fall. What if you get killed? And I'm like, well, I could. It could happen, but
You're driving a car, so
you could crash a car. You can crash in a plane. You can whatever you do in life is a possibility. So, but I'm gonna smile while I do it.
We had this, I was riding around with my boyfriend the other day, and we had this sweet little old lady pull up next to us in a car and roll down her window, and, we're preparing for a Karen moment. We're preparing for her to be like, get those out of the sidewalk or whatever. And she's like, be careful.
That's nice.
It's like, I'm so used to people doing what you just described that it was very refreshing and sweet.
Yeah. More people are talking about their pads and stuff, and then James says, a helmet definitely saved my head nosediving after going 22 miles per hour on trails. Amanda knows.
Yes, I've seen James take a few diggers.
Yeah, Mickey says he's so biased. Yeah, we know you are, Mickey. We know. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie. If you ask me what I want to ride an EUC. It's faster, even though I'm not a top speed rider. It's fast. Well, I say I'm not a top speed rider, but I'm not a top speed rider at 35, 40 miles an hour, because my wheel does 31. But I've had it to 32 and beep, 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 beep. I'm like, ah! So, whatever. It is what it is. And obviously, taking a fall is like a badge of honor, but it's like, welcome to the club. It's like, I felt like once I fell and the wheel tumbled and I got all jacked up, I was like, okay, now I'm a rider. I don't know.
Let's try not to repeat that ever again.
Yep. Off-roading is my favorite, honestly.
Same.
What about you, Darren?
Yeah, I like it all. But off-road, I definitely get I get chills, thinking about good trails. I think I'm a trail hunter. I'm always looking for trails, whether or not I get to ride them or not. Whenever I'm out, I'm just like, where are those good trails at? So a good trail day is
we gotta take Darren on the Minuteman.
Yeah, I want to go.
You gotta go for the Minuteman, because always eats it on the Minuteman.
Because what? What happened?
Someone always eats it every time we go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot of people. It's kind of what is it? Yeah. It's an interesting trail, because you think it's easy and then you just get hurt.
It's like you send it too hard because you trust the ground too much. Like you ride this perfect pavement, this perfect dirt, and you think, oh, this is so great, nothing could go wrong, and you stop paying attention, and bam, that's when the Minuteman takes its sacrifice.
Yeah. Well, Darren, you said it. You said I got too comfortable. I was too confident. And it's true. If you go out a few times, 2-3 times, and nothing happens, and you're pushing it, the next time you go out, you're like even more like, yeah, I got this. And then that's when it happens. It's like something will happen that you can't control, and then boom. I
usually just have to set like a limit, of how hard I'm gonna go before I go out, or else you can't risk getting hurt every day.
No, and it's true. I always put on all my gear, and I always try to be riding within control, but it's hard. I mean, I see these off-road spots, and then because our weather is shitty, the off-road spots are muddy, or and I don't like that, but you see them and you want to hit them. The other day, and I got to put this video together. I was in the woods riding. I'm like, zipping through, and here comes these two guys on a go-kart. but it was like a high-speed two-person go-kart. And they're like, yeah, and they're zipping through, and they looked at me like, what the hell is he doing in here? And then they turned around and took off, and I said, hold up, and I was trying to get him on film, so I'm like, trying to follow him, and then he floored it. Whoa, he was gone, and he zipped through some mounds and dirt and back onto the street, and he was ghost. I was like, wow, that was cool. I said, but that's when you know you're off-road and when doom buggies are coming by you. So, all this crashing we're talking about, and David said, just get it on film. Get it on video. Yeah, not everything do we want on video.
But it's true that after a bad spill, I'm always like, did anyone get that? Because I want to see what happened.
Yep.
I want to play it back in slow motion, and I want to see what I did wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually learned a lot from the really bad one too, and I did it on the Minuteman. Like, there wasn't much video of the fall because the camera went flying so far, but I actually saw, you could see right before I fell that I like shifted my hips forward really hard trying to like accelerate. And then I remember I was already going really fast. So like, you know, you really can't, like you said, you can't like over throttle or whatever. You're going to basically cause a cutout if you're already going max speed and then like, I want to go faster, you know, like shifting your hips and like driving forward some more isn't going to work. So I like basically had to like teach myself not to do that.
And it's tough because even in EUCs, your tendency is to lean, and you're not really supposed to lean. You lean your hips and you put pressure on your toes, but you don't want all your weight to be out over the front of the EUC. You do lean, but you kind of pull everything forward, and the pressure on the toes is what really zips you along. And
I feel like I always see EUC riders at like an angle.
well, you can't help it. You can't help but lean.
Yeah.
But if you just lean, like if you see some of the guys, the light guys, they do that when they're racing or if they want to torque it really hard. They'll lean, but if you look at the directions that come in the EUC box says don't lean.
Okay.
That's what the directions say. We never listen because you want to lean. You kind of get the feeling that, whoo, let's go. But you're supposed to use your toes, your hips, and some of your lower body to put pressure on the toes because that's what makes you go. Leaning happens because obviously if you're putting pressure on your toes and your hips and you're leaning, you start to lean, but you don't want to throw all your weight over the front. And if you do, it can't be for more than like a second because, I mean, for a heavy guy like me, definitely. These lighter guys, it's easier for them. They don't have the same falls or they don't have as much weight, so the wheel is not working as hard. And I learned that from my fall. I learned that the wheel was working hard. I had lower than 30% battery. I had never been down that low. And at that level, when you weigh a good amount, the wheel is working to hold you up. So if you hit a bump, then the wheel's trying to compensate and hold you up. It just can't do everything, and the wheel just cut off. And then
OneWheel's the exact same thing but sideways.
Yeah. And in the comments, they said, I want to learn I keep reading it over there. James says, I want to learn EUC more. Tried a few times, but so hard facing forward instead of sideways. Well, imagine how we feel. It's the same thing. So, I mean, it can be done. It can be done. If I can jump on a one wheel and ride around, y'all can, EUC is possible. It's possible. And the one wheel is like a wobble. You got to control that wobble on the wheel.
Oh, that's not the wheel. That's your ankles.
But that's what I mean. You gotta get used to that.
That goes away.
Yeah. No. Legit. The first time I did it, I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
And then the second time when I rode on your board, I was like, "Okay, remember it was wobbling too much last time. Don't let it wobble. Hold it together." And I was able to go out and go around.
Clench. Your whole body is too stiff, and you don't want that either.
No.
But no, what you just said reminded me that I had another question I wanted to ask you about EUC riders.
Yep.
So a lot of one-wheelers come from like a board sports background, surfing or wakeboarding or skating or snowboarding. I came from snowboarding personally. Do EUC riders have a similar? I always think of EUC being more like skiing than boarding.
Okay, EUC is more like skiing only in the direction that you face, but it's exactly the same type of feeling, and it's exactly the exact same drive. Like I'm a snowboarder. I used to ski, then I started snowboarding, and I love snowboarding. That's my favorite. Now I have now I went to the short skis, so I'm ski boarding, so I'm back facing forward again. But I still look at boards and I'm like, I want to ride the snowboard again. So, but it's the same. We're all adrenaline junkies. Honestly, we love the adrenaline. We love the feel that it gives, that it kicks in. And I mean, I don't care who you are, whether you admit it or not. The adrenaline boost is that feeling, the float, the float that you feel. I mean, that euphoric feel, you can't really replace it. And when you're going fast and you're flowing and there's nothing in your way, it's like magic. It's like magic. So when you guys are talking about the stoke and the float life and all that, look, we may not call it the same, but we feel the same. It's love.
Namaste.
So in the comments here, EVX says he said he learns more from his mistakes than from his successes. Did you guys find that to be true?
That's a tough one. I feel like I learned from both.
See, I agree. EVX, I agree that only because when I fell, I just explained to you why. I never would know any of that if I hadn't fallen.
Yeah. So when you fail, that teaches you what you can't do. It teaches you what the limits are.
Yep.
But when you succeed at something that you didn't think you were going to be able to do, that teaches you something too. Like if I am out riding and I've had a drink or two or something, I'll push it a little bit harder, or I'll just be more relaxed when I do something, and I'll be so surprised when I do it successfully because I can't do that sober. And it's
you just won't.
You just won't. That's exactly it. And so I think when you succeed at doing something, it shows you what you can do, whereas failing shows you what you can't do, and you need both in order to learn.
Yeah, true. I absolutely agree with that. Falling gave me an appreciation for what could happen, but then pushing the wheel, like I said, it says 31 miles an hour, but I saw 32, scared the crap out of me. But because I fell, I knew it taught me that I know I can't do that if I'm below 90% battery. Any kind of pushing like that, I do at 100%, between 100 and 90% battery. When I get below that, well, then I'm dropping speed, and I'm not even trying to go faster than that.
So your battery sag kicks in that high when you still have most of a battery?
Well, the thing is, they changed the programming, or the I forgot what they call it. Mickey, I need technical help here. But when the wheel first shipped to me, it was set to 30% is where it throttled, where it would start pulling you back, because it knew it was in danger. Then they changed it and they boosted it way up to 50%, and then but people complained no matter where it was. So, because no one wants it to throttle, nobody wants it to push you back and to try and, but it's trying to save you because it doesn't want, because the lower the battery, if you push it hard and then it has to compensate, it doesn't have enough room left. So like you said, the sag, when it sags down, that's when you're going to get a cutoff. And different wheels are programmed differently. Different wheels do it at a different level, and it just depends on the wheel. And they change it. Like I said, when they changed the 16X, everybody was upset because nobody wanted that to happen. But it all depends on you. It depends on how you ride, and it depends on how they have it set up. Speaking of that, right now they got a new motor that hopefully should change some of that, and I'm waiting for that to come in to change on my 16X. Video coming soon. But I want to see how that works, because there is a sag issue, there is a control the board issue. There's all that has to talk to each other, and that's why a lot of the guys who want a lot of speed and they ride Gotways because they go a lot faster, and they don't have as much when it comes to the sag, and it's, I just don't like those. I don't like the way they look, and so we'll see how it goes going forward. But and I'm a big dude, and I do want to go a little faster, so I may be picking up something. I'm getting a suspension wheel coming up soon, probably, well, definitely the V11. I don't know about the S18. I don't know if you guys know about those, but those are two wheels that have different types of suspension that are coming out soon, and they're trying to change things. So I'm hoping that they're going to be a nice step forward. We had a good conversation about that in one of the previous live streams. But let me see what else we got here in the comments. Let's see. We have a couple people tried to ride EUC. they're one-wheelers and tried to ride an EUC. But come on. I got to get you guys to ride an EUC. I know you tried. And Darren, you were doing circles, but I want to get you on. I want to get you on a wheel.
It's better than I'm doing.
Look,
I want to learn how to ride one though, just for the sake of knowing how to ride one, because I believe in electric vehicles. Like I'm actually not really savvy either on e-skates either, so I really would like to learn how to ride one of those better too, just because like. If I was hanging out with you and you had a bunch of all these wheels, like I wouldn't want to feel left out, like that I can't even just like go somewhere with y'all. So I feel like it's worth it, but I guess I just haven't had enough time because when we all get together, we're out riding. We're not. There's very little time to like start over now. I guess at least when I get together, I'm like, all right, let's just ride. You might at the end while we're charging ride around on an EUC if a homie's there, but
Yeah.
I do hope at some point I do learn though.
You will. I'm gonna make it happen. So when you come through, next time you visit, we're gonna get you riding. Timothy says he came from snowboarding, and boy, does the EUC feel good. Different but good. And I mean, he said different but good, flowing just like he says. Yeah, it's true. You honestly do, and because you guys are already on one wheels. When you do learn to ride in a UC, you're going to be smiling from ear to ear. I promise you, you're going to be like, wow, because the ability that an EUC gives you to just lean, it's like fast, instant, and the ability to go as fast as you can on the street and as fast as you can off road. I'm telling you, it's really magical. I still want to ride a one wheel more because I haven't ridden one off road. I only went around the parking lot, and hey, that was fun. But I'm like, okay, I really want to ride one of those, but I really want you guys to ride with us too. So I'm gonna have another wheel soon. So next time you come through, let me know when you're coming. I gotta come back up that way anyway. I haven't been back up that. I've only been up there twice, and Adam was there both times. So
well, anytime you're around. Hey, from this conversation, I'm realizing that we probably each have an edge on trying out each other's devices, because a lot of what you're describing is really, really similar to what you get on the one wheel. It's just you're facing a different direction.
Yeah.
You have your own version of pushback. You call it something different, but you describe it exactly the same way. Your weight distribution is, again, you describe it the exact same way that we would describe ours in terms of where it should be relative to the wheel.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the principles of just understanding how to respect one of these personal electric vehicles, those are going to translate across the board.
Yeah, and it's true. Honestly, I when I hear you guys talking, just like you just said that's how I know it's close, because when I watch your videos or hear people talking about it, I'm like, that's exactly what we talk about. That's exactly how I feel riding this. So I know it's really close to the same. It's just, the differences are the size of the tire. Yours is wider, ours is thinner. So it's a different feel in forward versus sideways. Now, the big difference I noticed, like I said, that whole ankle wobble thing, it took me a minute to try and get used to balancing there, because on the EUC, you're only balancing side to side. Mm-hmm. The front to back is a no-brainer, because the gyroscope is in there taking care of that for you. So the lean forward is the takeoff, and the lean back is the slow down. And I feel like I'm dancing on the wheel. And I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of the videos. There are some videos with some of the guys who do dance, and I mean, they're doing circles and spinning around, one wheel, one leg in the air, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like ballet on a wheel because it's
Yeah,
that.
I've seen a few women doing that, and like
Yep.
they always have these pretty dresses on, and I'm like, you know, I wouldn't mind riding one of those.
See?
She makes it look pretty.
Yeah. Did you see what's her name? Kitty Wheels? Kitty something, I forgot. Kitty Rides. Yeah,
Yeah, she's the girl who's got like the cat ears on her helmet, right?
she rides a
Yeah.
lot. But there was one. There's every now and then I see a couple of interesting. What's up, Marco from the UK?
I forget her name, but what's her name in Irig? I can't pronounce it. It's like Russian. She like dives
Okay.
as well. I don't know. She's like my favorite EUC rider actually, because she like can also ride 2 EUCs. Have you seen this? She has like an EUC on each foot, and
That's
she can
crazy.
also do, and she can like dance, and she dances, and I don't know
love
her
that.
style on the EUC, like just from like the diversity of the like things she's interested with on the wheel just like seems to blow my mind, whether
Yeah.
it's like style or way of riding it or speed and days, like, out there shredding in the snow. Like I feel like everything.
Yeah, but I mean, there are some really creative riders, and once you get on a wheel, honestly, it's like magic. You don't want to get off. You feel like, how am I riding on one wheel? And like every now and then it hits me. I'm like, there's one wheel between me and the ground, and you know, and I'm doing like 28 miles an hour, 29 miles an hour. I'm like, this is nuts. But it feels magical, and when I see you guys, when I see the smile on Darren's face when we were out the last time, and Darren, you had a camera in your hand, of course, and you're trying to get everybody else, but then you come up on something, and the grin that you got on your face was like, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like you can't replace the joy that riding these wheels gives you. You really can't. So
No,
we got. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, nothing.
Uh-oh. Well,
Oh, that's
Was
the Instagrammer.
was that on yours over there? No, I see it on my screen.
Yeah, no, I saw it too.
You saw it too? Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
yours? Yeah, that's
The
his.
girl, Darren.
I'll let you multitask over there.
Yeah, I just sorry, I had to post that.
Oh.
I feel like you gotta check her out.
Okay.
Just because I feel like, there's definitely a lot of cool EUC riders out there,
Yeah.
but
So in the comments we got more stuff. Priest Cobra, because okay, Marcos. To be well-rounded. Yeah, they asked if I was trying to convert one-wheel riders, and then they said to be well-rounded, not convert. Exactly. I don't want to convert anybody. I just want everybody to ride everything. Timothy says I have both. I like both. I just like the EUC a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like ultimately, of all the PEVs out there, like the One Wheel and the EUC are the most similar
Yes.
in terms of like the usage and like the spirit of how people talk about riding it.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, you told me your whole purpose in this was to kind of like create unity between different types of electric riders. And I feel like those two are just a natural fit. I love having EUC riders come with us.
I agree.
Love all the same terrain.
Marco Madpack says one wheel can be fun, but are dangerous. True, but so are EUCs.
Yeah, I think they're all dangerous, and
So
I
are
think it
EUCs.
all depends.
Yeah.
You are good at riding and what you're used to riding in terms of like what's safer and what you're in control doing.
yeah, you can also really be smart about your riding too. I mean, I know tons of riders that rarely get into wrecks or can manage just having a good time. And I think that's one of the best things about the community, as Amanda was saying, is that so many people use it as a way to bring people together. And I think when you see videos of people just hanging out and their one wheels are with them, or you knew that they like took those down to the beach or to go to the store, I think like I'm I'm so stoked when I see someone doing that because I'm like, yeah, it used to take me 30 minutes to walk to Central Square. And now and I only live like a mile away, So like having my board and to be able to be like, boom, I can like get up there real quick. Like that doesn't need to be fancy. That doesn't need to be like, I'm shooting a video. Like it can just be like your best friend.
It's fun and it's useful. And now I have a skewed perception of how far apart things are because I think I can get everywhere in like 5 minutes. And then I'm like, oh, this is miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the distance is more than I thought it was. And that's true. But I love, that's why I love the wheel. And looking at the pint, I said, I don't think I can do the pint because of that. Because I was afraid that if I try to do the pint, I'm going to get stuck somewhere because I'm not knowing how short the ride is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just going to say, I just think it's up to like what you're going to use it for. I mean, honestly, I think the pint is a wheel that everyone could love, I think when you compare the two, it's kind of hard. It's almost apples and oranges because they are so different with the range. But I mean, if anyone had a pint, and I feel like you probably maybe can agree with this too, Amanda, like if someone just randomly today gave you like a V1 and you never had a board, you'd probably be super stoked, right? Like, you'd love it.
I wouldn't realize that the pushback kicks in earlier and more aggressively.
Yeah, like I feel like that's like the beauty of the OneWheel. Like just the invention of it and how it works is always going to make you smile and make you happy. But if you're comparing like the models, like I do think it's always going to be like, oh man, the pint can't do anything. But I mean, God, like you can have so much fun on that board. Any of the OneWheels.
But I think, Erwin, you're used to having a lot of range on your EUC. And again, like you're a bigger guy, like you said. So I think you're going to be happier if you get an XR. Because once you master those ankle wobbles, 5 miles is not going to be enough.
No, of course not. But the only reason I thought of it is I'm like, well, but maybe like my girls have hoverboards, and I had them ride a Segway, and they liked it, but then we want to go faster. I said, well, you need a wheel. And they're like, we ain't riding that.
Perfect for kids.
But they're like, we ain't riding that. I don't want to die. I'm like, you're not going to die. It's fun. And they're 13 and 14. So I can't convince them of anything. That's why I did that video. I was riding with them in the tennis court, and they're riding their little hoverboards, and I just kind of did circles around them and stuff. And I'm like, see what you could be doing? You could be doing this if you were, but...
They get so much range in a pint.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Imagine if they had something like that. I was like, but then I thought if I get a pint, then I could ride with them, and it would be closer to them because I can't go far.
Yeah. Well, so a pint might be a good family investment then.
Right. I thought about it, and I said, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know what to get them. It's hard. I try to get them involved. When I hear people, even Mad Pack, he's out with his wife, and he's riding one wheel, she's riding another, and I'm like, I wish that somebody in the family would ride with me. Nobody. There's 5 of us, and I'm the only one. So
you should bring them to a demo day whenever this whole quarantine thing is over. I know Adam's daughter rides with us occasionally, so maybe we can connect them.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's try it.
I also too feel like in some ways we all have to maybe just be a little patient too, like, I mean, Amanda, you're like so far ahead in the future, like riding these wheels for like, since they were invented. I feel like,
not quite.
Yeah, I feel like, in some ways other people, like, if you all of a sudden showed up with the hoverboard, I don't think like the actual one, like I don't think people would get on one, right? You'd be like, wait a minute, like
no, I would jump right the hell on a hoverboard if that came out.
yeah, maybe. But I feel like, I just feel like, because we already are riding these. But I guess like in some ways I feel like, or at least what I'm seeing with a lot of my friends, at least, that aren't already riding OneWheels, I feel like they like, the more I ride them, like that it's not just like a fad that I did for 6 months. It's making them like inherently more confident, So I think like, if you're at the house and like, the fam's like, I don't want to get on that thing. I mean, like, wait another year. Like, I think the more they see you riding it and like how awesome it is, I think they're going to know it's something that's worth getting into.
Do you have friends who have gotten into OneWheel because you've introduced them to it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah,
I
like
feel
a bunch
I've
of friends.
Strangers into it, but no, like none of my existing friends that I had before One Wheel are like now One Wheelers, except my dad, who's the coolest.
Well, I think that has to do more with just like the inherent financial burden out of the bag. Like I don't think everybody is like as gun ho like, drink the water. I'm just gonna like go all in and get this new thing, because I don't think everyone can like fit it into their lifestyle, and that's why I feel like it's more like a time thing. Like we're still so kind of early on this that like imagine 2 years from now, more people that we don't even think of are going to have pints, or any kind of board, because it's just going to be, that second or six degrees of separation from it, right? They're going to meet me, and then how many people come back to me, even if they didn't go and get a One Wheel, they're like, yo, I went here and I saw someone on a One Wheel and I went and talked to them and told them that you had one. And then we were hanging out, like, so as that starts to like multiply, it's only going to make someone be like, well, I guess I should own one now, because like my other friends got one. And, so I feel like a lot of my friends, like they definitely want One Wheels. They love them, that's kind of why I have a few extra ones, it's kind of like thinking when we're all together, we can ride them. And I think they are going to get them too. And with more people buying them, the price is only going to get cheaper, or parts will be around. People can Frankenstein boards. And I think it's really going to grow from like just us being cool with people catching the wave when they do. Because they all think it's cool, right? Like they're all like, it's dope, but they're just like, I don't know if it's for me. So I think the more that they see it, they're going to be like, yeah, okay.
It's not mainstream yet. And once it's mainstream, we're going to have to get a new hobby.
Yep.
I listen, I hear that a lot. I hear people say that a lot. They're like, that's amazing. I like that, man. That thing looks dope, but it ain't for me. I'm like, what do you mean it ain't for you? Of course it's for you. All you got to do is jump on. They're like, no, you look like you're having fun. I'm like, yeah, well, come on, have some fun with me. Yeah,
you can have fun too.
Yeah, it doesn't work out the same. People don't have that same feeling when they see it. They're like, no. And I'm like, even my daughters, like when they see me riding, they're like, it looks like fun, but yeah, no. I said, what does that mean? No, like I don't understand. No, like you looks like fun. Sounds like a yes to me.
Yeah, right.
But no,
I think just like the look like fun, and then I think it's just placing it in your lifestyle, like this thing really comes in and takes over your lifestyle, and like maybe they can like see that different than us. Like we love gadgets, we love the tech, but I think some people see it and they're just like, whoa, like like that's out right now. Like, how do I fit that into? No. Like I was just getting used to getting to the T on time. Like now you're saying I can skip T and go have fun and make it to my thing on time. Like,
I hear that
like
a lot.
To, like,
I hear that a lot. People
together,
say, when did we get here? I'm like, what do you mean? These have been out for years now. They're like,
the future is now.
Yeah. They're like, yo, I had somebody say to me, yo, he's riding the future. I'm like, okay, all right. So
that's my favorite kinds of comments.
I do. I love it. Marco says, for me, the One Wheel is like an electric skateboard. I love it, but it's more fun, more of a fun PEV than a serious one. And like the EUC is more serious, basically. You guys feel the same way? You feel that yours is more fun and ours is more serious? Yeah, I see a whole lot of pausing.
I don't think it's either or. I think it's just like how you make it. Honestly, a lot of times I don't even think the range thing too is like that big of a debate. I think it's like how you fit it into your lifestyle, like, once you get it and you're got it working and fit into what you're doing, you can really like, it can be fun and it can be business. There are weeks that go by that like when I'm in Boston, like I might not actually technically ride my board for fun, right? Like I might just be going to work and going to back home, but I'm riding my board 3-4 times. I might be running errands. I'm smiling. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's fun, but I'm also like, shit, I got to get there. And then I got to go over here and do this. And then I got to do that. So I think the One Wheel is just as business as it is. And it's kind of the reason I have more than one wheel, like sometimes I'm at work and then I'll come home. The battery will be on E because I just crushed it from what I was running errands. And I'll grab the second board and keep moving through my day. So I think like, the One Wheels is as serious as anything out there. I think a lot of the if you look at our leaderboard, I think a lot of those people are out clocking miles because they have stuff to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I don't know
No,
if they're
Facts.
necessarily
I was commuting.
fun. But yeah, if you're trying to make a 30-mile commute, yeah, the one wheel is probably not practical for that. But if you live in an urban area, like, trust me, people are clocking miles.
Back when I was boycotting the tea, I was commuting all the way from Quincy into the North End, right by North Station. That was 9.2 or 3 miles. And it was like urban riding. So I wasn't really doing, like you said, I wasn't really doing a lot of riding for fun because I was tired and my feet were tired and I'd been on the board for 20 miles at the end of the day.
She said, I'm tired.
Yeah. People would be like, yeah, let's go on an e-skate ride. And I'd be like, how fun.
You're like, tell me about it later.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I when I think about riding long distances, I think you say that the range doesn't come into play as much, but I do. Honestly, if I have to do 30 miles, I don't even bat an eye. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I can do that easily. And I know you don't always have to do that, but I guess, like you said, though, it does play into what you have going on. Because if you have a one wheel, you're going to have to, okay, I got to bring my charger. I know that I'm going to have to charge here before I go here so that I can make it back. That kind of thing. So I guess, like you said, you can put it either way. I saw that battery mod where they used the big green battery and they put it on there. Same battery I have on one of my tools in the garage, and they mounted it on the back of the XR. And I was like, well, I guess that helps a lot. But here's my other question. How, especially you, Amanda, how do you carry that thing around? Like, I mean,
especially me. Why especially me?
because when I think of a dude lugging a big old thing, I've seen guys pick them up over their head and just walk. Excuse me, because I can't see you picking that thing up over your head and lugging it somewhere and feeling like I can't. I just come on. So I think of it and I'm like,
you didn't see the photo from Flight
I'm gonna have to stop you.
do you? I mean, that's why I'm saying it.
Literally, I did that in a race once.
See, yeah. Okay, see.
My board filled up with clay and shut off, and I had to finish the race. Carried it over my head, like down a.
Was that the one where all those pictures are from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what was that about me not picking it up over my head?
Okay, well let me put it to you this way. You did that in a race, but I mean on a daily basis, going to work and having to lug that up and down. Isn't that like? I love the fact that our EUCs have that handle.
I'm jealous of that.
I go click and just roll. And honestly, I could hold it with one finger and roll it. It's that easy. And I'm like,
I'm jealous of that.
when I see you guys with those wheels, I'm like, when it's time to go upstairs, when it's time to,
elevator.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I mean, I can do it. Obviously, I don't have a problem. I'm a big dude, but I don't want to have to do it. So that's again why I thought, well, the pint, it has that little handle and it's lighter. Maybe, I don't know. So
I don't think pint is lighter enough to have that be a deciding factor, though.
No, it's not, because it's only
it's a little bit smaller.
It's like 3 pounds.
Darren, do you find the size being helpful in terms of carrying it?
Not so much in terms of like carrying it, but I find it like when you arrive at a place, like, you know, if I'm like going to go to the movies or something, like I much rather have my pint, you know, you can fit it into tight quarters, or if you're, you know, hanging out with your friends, you can easily get the pint in the car. Sometimes the XR is a little weird where like you're sitting on top of the XR in your seat or something like that. So I feel like the pint's kind of like nimble for all occasions. Yeah. But carrying it, yeah, I mean, it is a little bit lighter, but like, yeah, it's still awkward because it has the same shape.
Yeah, that shape really is a killer. It's like, where do I put my hands? There's just nowhere good to get a grip.
Andrew says, I feel like the one wheel looks cooler to the youth. Hook them with the one wheel and then turn them to the EUC dark side later.
Savage.
Nice, Andrew. Nice. And
seems to be a trend, though.
Yeah, true. And then we have Jose. Jose says price has a lot to do with it, and it's true. The only reason I and I'll be honest, the only reason I don't have a one wheel right now, the XR, is because it's just too much money. I don't, because it's not my primary choice. My choice would be an EUC. So if I'm gonna spend that much money, I'm gonna get another EUC. If it costs less, if the $1,000 was the price, I would probably have a one wheel already. But I just can't see paying almost two, and I could get another wheel that does 35, 40 miles an hour. So
That's why I feel like grab the pint. I feel like no one's gonna ever be like, like ride the like if you really want to get into one wheels, I think it's worth it to grab a pint or maybe, yeah, just grab a pint. Just like know that you're not gonna take it on like a tour, but like, you can still ride it around and do all of the one wheel things with it.
Oh, look at this. That's a good idea. I never thought of that. Maybe because I want it to myself. My friends and I teamed up to buy a pint for our buddy. Well, they bought it. Okay, they bought it for their buddy. I thought he was saying that they got together and all bought one so they could all use it. And I'm like, okay, but I would want it all the time. So that wouldn't work for me. He said it was for his birthday. Okay, that was cool, James. I got my birthday. What's up, James?
Yeah.
What's up?
Also, you won't be bummed if you have the pint sitting around and you're not riding it all the time. Like
Right.
when the pint's sitting, like I'm not like, oh damn, I just dropped 2 stacks plus the sidekicks and the accessories on my XR versus like the pint sitting there. It's just like, yeah, whatever. Like it's all like, when you think about the amount of fun you have, even if it's just for like I'm killing a few minutes between doing something, it always adds up, right? Like it's gonna put a smile on my face. I can go, I can do a curve. You can curve, you can do tricks on it too if you still wanted to. You can learn how to do the spins. You can get used to stopping. You can ride it in reverse, like like you can do all the fun games that people do on a one wheel with a pint, and then now you're in the one wheel family.
I don't know. I may end up getting one.
You can always pass it on to one of the girls and get an XR for yourself.
Yeah, and
Yep. That sounds like a plan.
I don't know.
Honestly. Jose
I already know there's like 3 or 4 people I want to get pints for this year in my family, so I feel like I'm already setting my paces for like.
You're maxed out on.
You're gonna love this thing.
Jose says he used to want a motorcycle. Now all he wants is a faster EUC. Yep, facts. I believe I'm the same, Jose. I had a motorcycle. I don't want another one. I just want another wheel. I would like to have like 5 wheels, all different. Let me see. Let me pick up one wheel that stopped riding after, and he sold it. Yeah, that happens. You buy it and then you don't ride it, so you want to sell it. Boosted. Somebody said he keeps his boosted around so when his friends visit. I would like to have more vehicles for that because I would like more friends to try it, but I feel like not a lot of my friends will try it. Maybe if I had a boosted board or something around that was easy for them to do, because boosted, that has to be the easiest thing to ride. You just jump on and go, So maybe
I don't know.
That's just my guess.
The hand controller is weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't get it right away. I want to try the bussin' boards. I heard some people have had some luck with those. They're like pretty similar to like a decent sized skateboard. If you've ridden one of those. They're small. Or there's another one. Is it like something Wave? Riptide?
Yeah, I heard Riptide, yeah. That's the name of one of them. Oh, David says he's carrying his Cali upstairs sucks too. So he skate. Those Cali boards are big. So yeah, I could see how that could suck.
I think the LaCroix is like 40 or 50 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so.
The LaCroix is huge. I rode one and it felt heavy standing on it.
Yeah. How do you both think that? Do you think we'll get some more new? Do you think the amount of people that like join this year to either EUC or one wheel will be as big with this sort of situation we're dealing with? Do you think new people are still excited to go and, want to get in, even though they might not be able to ride with their friends?
Yeah.
I go both ways because number one, for transportation, I feel like no one wants to ride a bus anymore. And if you didn't have your own car and you were in a city where it was a bigger city and you had to commute, these EUCs and one wheels and skateboards are the best way to get around. Honestly, hands down, if I lived in a bigger city and I had to commute, using trains and stuff or buses, I would definitely have a wheel and ride it. On the other hand, with everything that's going on financially, people are more strapped because a lot of people lost their jobs, and buying something that costs almost $2,000 is not something that people are gonna do as easily, knowing that, well, what if I lose my job? Well, what if this continues longer? And who knows? So I think both ways. That's just my thought process. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with both of your theories, but in practice, I am still seeing. So I'm a moderator for One Wheel Boston, and also for the One Wheel Float Queens group, which is it's not just women, but it's like really like a community for women, and like guys who want to get their girlfriend into riding, or who just like are allies and supporters. Anyway, so I'm a moderator for both of those groups, and the join requests that I'm seeing this season are definitely on par with last season. I feel like people must be sitting around bored thinking, well, this is something I could be doing socially distant from others. Why not?
Okay. I mean, I agree. I wish I could ride every day. If the weather wasn't so crappy, I would probably, but unfortunately, I can't. And honestly, even when I'm driving my car, I don't know if you guys do this, but I'll be driving somewhere and I'm like, I wish I was out on my board right now riding this.
Yeah.
You
Why did I drive?
Yeah, I'm like, man, this would be dope to ride. I wish I had the wheel in the back, So,
Yep.
So Kestis Cell, he said, David, exactly, cost is steep, but One Wheel and EUCs are the best purchases in my life. Wow, that's strong. Facts. And maybe a lot of people may not admit that, but it's true. I've had 3 wheels already, and honestly, I don't regret any of it. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Sometimes I think about how much money I've spent on One Wheel related accessories, and One Wheel related events. And it's like, I probably could have put a down payment on a house. Like, forget avocado toast. This is why I don't have a house.
That's crazy.
No regrets.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
think
God.
it just changes your life so much. So
Did you guys
You
see
can't
that
really
we've
put a
been
price
doing this
tag
for
on
an
that.
hour and 47 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Hungry. I should go
Yeah,
eat,
same
guys.
here.
Okay, so I'm gonna run through some comments real quick and then we'll finish up. I'm ready to divorce my car. I've put almost 3,000 miles on my 16X. All those miles I've enjoyed. Me too, Jose. Well, I'm nowhere near on mileage. I've only got 500 and something miles on mine, so I work way too much. So I would like to be riding more. Let me see. About my Cali board, boosted range is garbage. Vampire mod. Yes, jealous. I'm just skipping through them. Sorry, guys, if I skip over yours. Cali weight. Oh, we were talking about the Cali board. David said the Cali weighs like 35 plus. That's a good sized board.
That's brutal.
Yeah. And then Marco says, let me see. I'm making sure I can't put up there. I get it. Enjoy my electric skateboards and my EUCs, but in EUC you can go slowly, fast is much faster. And yeah, not saying about range, and I don't have to grab it and just open the handle to continue saying. Too much, Marco. Hold on. Open the handle. So continue saying One Wheel can be a commuter, like I started doing it with electric skateboards, but a massive difference. Yeah, there's definitely a massive difference between these. But I think the end of the day, we're saying there's big differences, but there's also big similarities. Written, blah blah blah. While I'm scanning through these guys, just think of anything else that you guys want to put out there before we go. How many people sell EUC or One Wheel after having that first hard fall?
A lot.
Do they?
Yeah.
Let me put that up. I don't know. I haven't found that. I don't know anybody on the EUC that's fallen real hard and then sold it. But that's just out of the people I know. I know that usually they fall real hard and then they get right back on it, or they can't wait to get back on it.
We have plenty of those too, but we also get those people who buy the One Wheel and every accessory on the market and third-party market. Like, they just go whole hog. They're not spending $1,800 on a device. They're spending $2,500 plus to outfit the whole thing. And they go out and they take one nosedive and they're like, oh,
They're like, oh, this hurts.
you didn't know what you were getting into.
Yeah, I see that post a lot too. I see it like that's where like the cheap boards, like like when people like are hawking their brand new board.
Right, they'll be like 1,700 with all of the mods.
So yeah, that's like people that like crash or and don't really like it.
Kevin said he almost sold his after his bad fall. But here, I got one for us to finish on. And this is, I guess, a thought. And I think about it a lot of times. It says, question for you guys. With the increase in more PEVs, do you think misuses of these vehicles will be a problem in the future, therefore creating more regulations? I think about this a lot with EUC riders because I'm with them the most, or I watch their videos the most. I think that our attitude while we're out there is important because I believe our attitude is going to project onto others and it's going to help shape how things turn out. Not that it's the end all be all, because ultimately the people have to come up with these regulations and, people will vote on it and then they'll decide whether it's going to be fact or not. But our attitude, I think, makes a difference. When I ride with people who are riding and they're like, in a good mood, and then I ride with others like, yo, get out the way. Can't you see I'm riding here? That kind of stuff. They're slamming the car with their flashlight. And yes, if the car's trying to hit you and they're being jerks, okay, I get when we fight back, it is what it is. We're going to defend ourselves. But I just think that we have to be ambassadors for the brand, ambassadors for personal electric vehicles, and we have to be in good spirits, good attitude, and when people meet us and encounter us, they should be left with a good feeling, so when this does go to vote, they go, oh, those guys are really nice. What do you mean? That's just my thought. What do you guys think?
I couldn't agree more. This is something we've been talking about in the OneWheel community for a few years at this point, and I think unfortunately even more than ourselves, what's going to end up causing these regulations is stuff like those rental scooters.
Oh, yes.
Because people see those and us as equivalent.
They do.
And we know as PEV owners who ride every day and are totally in control and we wear our safety gear and we're responsible, we know that that's a vast difference. We're not just drunkenly trying to get home from the bar and, hey, there's a scooter for 50 cents a mile, like I'll just take that home, ride it out in traffic without any reflective gear on or a helmet. Like, look at me. It's not the same thing, but unfortunately to outsiders, they think it's the same.
Okay. Yeah, I never ridden one of those scooters and I never will, but I mean I want to try some of the faster scooters, the consumer scooters, but not those I just can't even see myself doing that. And what are you doing over there, Darren? You got the teeth on, and I'm like, you doing the Stevie Wonder? What's going on, man? What's going on?
Yeah, vibes.
Vibes, man. All right, I got you. So you want to weigh in on that conversation, or you think we covered it enough?
Yeah, I think y'all hit it up right. I mean, I'm still new to the game. I'm just following in pursuit, smile, be nice. I believe people should be respectful anyways. One thing just to remember too, when you're on a personal PEV, it's another way that you're able to like sort of switch positions and see how other people, so if you were a driver, it's good to always be the biker or the pedestrian. I know in my neighborhood, people get hit by cars left and right all the time. So I just think you really just have to like you said, show the best face for what we're out here trying to do. I don't want it to get taken away. Hopefully it won't.
Yeah. But, me either. Well said. Well said. Well, once again, Darren, Cole Crush Cole, and Amanda, One Woman, One Wheel Thompson. I appreciate you guys coming through. I had a hell of a time talking, as usual, to more people who ride electric vehicles. So personal electric vehicles are the theme for my Wheel Life Let's Talk series. I will continue this. We've done 2 this week, so we're going to push it to next week. And we'll do something else. And I do need to put a couple videos up on my YouTube, so maybe I'll do that in the meantime. But thank you for all of you guys who are in the comments. I appreciate you guys coming by. I appreciate you guys chiming in. Unfortunately, today it only went out to Facebook. We didn't pull in the people from YouTube like we did the last couple of times. I'll check into that and see what's going on. But I will repost this over onto YouTube once I get time to edit it. So you guys will see it there, and you guys can watch it back later. So Darren, you can watch your good vibes, and Amanda. Oh, okay, Darren, I see
How is
you.
he doing this?
Yeah. The tech man over there. The tech man. He's got his Insta. What is that? You got Snapchat. I don't know.
Some snap filters for you. Yeah. Just trying to keep the vibes alive. I'm really excited to be here. Big shouts out to OneWheel Boston. They just are a great home for anyone that's riding wheels in general. So I really feel lucky to have all these new, amazing, great friends like Amanda. I can't wait till we get to ride again. I only have like a few more videos from last year to post that are left, and I'm going to be like sad and have to just watch my own feed to remember the good times.
That's okay.
I think I'm already at that point.
Darren, just make a trip soon. Things are about to loosen up and open up. You can take a trip back home and do some riding. Take a weekend to ride and then get some more film and go back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, again, I appreciate you guys taking the time out. Thank you very much. I'm starving too. I got to go eat. So you guys, bye to everybody that's out there. I hope many people rewatch this and continue to share the conversation. We're all together, personal electric vehicles, one wheel, one love. See you guys later.
Thanks again.
Yeah.